Hello there, Miranda here. I am an actress and filmmaker, and welcome to my journey through Star Trek, the original series. We are going to be jumping into episode 2, at least as far as the air dates. The Blu-ray set that I got when I decided to go on this little journey is in order of the air dates, not the production dates, because I know there's like a difference, I guess, in what happened. And I don't know why they did that, but whatever. So episode 2 is called Charlie X, and yeah, let's get into it.
Captain's log, stardate 1533.6. Now maneuvering to come alongside cargo vessel Antari. Its captain and first officer.
Ooh, he's got a new shirt.
An unusual passenger.
But I know this wasn't in production order, so maybe that's why. But that is a very different shirt than last episode. They get the sweaty velour.
I'm Captain Kirk. This is my navigator, Tom Nellis. And this is our young castaway, Charlie. Charlie Evans. Mr. Evans.
Is he wearing a couch?
Wonderful boy, Charlie. We felt quite honored being the ones
having him
found
aboard with us. Why, it's...
Absolutely. To think this boy spent practically his whole life alone on that planet. Everyone killed. Just a few microtapes to learn from.
Sketchy.
Say what?
I'd like to see your ship now. All of it.
You keep interrupting, Mr. Evans. That's considered wrong.
Clearly not the most well-socialized kid.
Not even sorry and brandy?
We're fine, thank you. Pleasant journey, Captain.
Thank you.
So they jumped this boy off and ditched.
Are you a girl?
That's a girl.
Okay. So that's an interesting setup. But he seems to have some kind of thing going on. Some sort of shining. I don't know.
Its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds.
Oh, 5-year mission. What was it, like 3? Yeah. All right, this episode is Charlie X. What is the X?
Charles Evans. The sole survivor of a transport crash 14 years ago. The child, alone from age 3, has not only survived, but has grown to intelligent, healthy adolescence.
It's an interesting way of taking a physical.
And you learn to talk by just listening to the ship's tapes?
They talk to me and I talk back.
I feel like Bones should know better than to just take these folks for granted. People act odd, you gotta just be suspicious, especially after last episode, if you were to believe it chronologically, right? With his girlfriend having been an alien. Ex-girlfriend. Can't get over that coat this kid is wearing. It's gotta be a freaking sauna for him.
You got a deal, friend. All right.
Being in the engine room, I guess, is just fine. No problems.
I brought you a present.
Oh, thank you. It's my favorite. Where did you get it? Gee, I'm late, Charlie. I really have to go.
Can't you stay and talk a little while?
Oh, Charlie creeping on poor Yeoman.
You got a deal, friend.
Just don't go around slapping girls on the...
Just don't do it. Boys could do it.
Do it again.
To each other. But not to girls.
Why don't you tell Captain Kirk or Dr. McCoy what you did, and they'll explain it to you, okay?
Yes. Go talk to a man and, like, figure your stuff out. Because you clearly have some growing up to do.
I'd like you to give him the necessary medical orientation on the problems of adolescence.
Well, don't you think it'd be better for a strong father image like you? He already looks up to
The
you,
job
Jim.
is yours, Bone. Flattery will get you nowhere.
Kirk's not gonna do it. I'm not a father.
Do you believe the legend, Mr. Spock, that Thasians still exist on that planet?
Charlie's very existence proves, in fact, there must be some intelligent form of life on Thasus.
What's a Thasian?
The boy is here, and he's alive, and he needs our help.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I did it again, didn't I?
Is that Uhura singing?
Oh, on the Starship Enterprise.
Oh, I love Nichelle Nichols.
At first,
This is beautiful.
hypnotize, and his touch would vaporize.
It's like medieval.
My female astronauts, oh, very female astronauts.
Well, they're having a good time, aren't they?
We know not what you do.
That's a touching moment between Uhura and Spock. Did they end up having a relationship?
One more time.
I feel like something bad's about to happen, though.
Not what you
No one noticed that Uhura, like, lost her voice? Like, poor thing, is she gonna get it back?
Turn him over.
What were they, Thasians? So, is he like a Thasian?
Well, how did you do that?
Creepy.
Well, I can do a lot of card tricks.
Wow. It's quite a magician's trick. Man, I get some bad juju vibes off this kid.
Charlie?
Captain?
Yes.
I'm supposed to ask you something. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, say it right out, Charlie. That usually works.
Well, in the
Say it right
corridor,
out.
Well, I did that to her. She didn't like it.
There are things you can do with a lady.
Just say it outright.
Well, there's no right way to hit a woman. I mean, man to man is... It's another thing. Do you understand?
I don't know.
Excuse me.
Wow. I think we just saw Kirk's
Kirk here.
limits.
Can you boost your power, Antares?
Okay, so she gets her voice back, no problem.
Kirk here, Captain Robert.
We're just barely in range. I've got to warn.
Re-establish contact.
It wasn't very well constructed.
It wasn't well constructed, like the ship?
You think something happened to the Antares, Charlie?
I don't know.
Picking up some debris on our scanners, Captain.
What about the Antares?
The debris is what's left of the Antares.
There's real turkeys in there. The ship blew up. I was going to say maybe the Thesians destroyed Antares, but maybe it's more localized.
The Antares.
A survey ship with 20 men aboard lost.
He seemed to know what happened to the Antares before we did.
You play chess, Charlie?
Oh, I watched them play on the Antares.
I place you in the hands of our chess master.
Who I just beat. Man, Kirk's a little whiz, isn't he?
That was a mistake, Charlie.
No, it wasn't.
Checkmate.
No, it isn't.
Ooh. Gosh, he lost it like 3 moves. Oh wow, he melted the pieces? But whatever he was trying to do wouldn't work on Spock.
I thought you might enjoy meeting someone your own age.
Can I talk to you? Alone. You're the only one who looks like you.
Interesting fixation he has on her. Although, she was the first woman he met.
Yeoman Charlie's a 17-year-old boy.
Exactly.
What a horrible spot for Yeoman Janice to be in. Like,
Sooner or later, I'm gonna have to hurt him. Tell him to leave me alone. And he's first.
Yes, Yeoman. I'll talk to him. I'll look into it.
he's like totally underestimating the situation.
Everything I do or say is wrong. And when I learn something and try to do it, suddenly I'm wrong.
Now, wait. There's nothing wrong with you that hasn't gone wrong with every other human male since the model first came out.
What if you care for someone? What do you do?
It's not a one-way street, you know. How you feeling, that's all.
She could love me.
She's not the girl, Charlie. The years are wrong, for one thing.
He has no coping mechanisms for his emotions. Like, he doesn't... I guess no one's ever said no to him. Although... it's, possibly dangerous to tell him no.
Charlie, there are a million things in this universe you can have, and there are a million things you can't have. It's no fun facing that, but that's the way things are.
I'm trying. But I don't know how.
Charlie, come on with me.
Yeah.
Try that.
I don't want to do that.
He's trying to be accommodating.
Wasn't so bad, was it?
He doesn't want to learn the hard way. He doesn't want to learn the basics. This seems like this would be good for him to learn. Oh. Well, I guess we know what happened to the Antares. Did this kid just murder? Well, I guess he murdered the Antares.
I didn't mean to do that. He made me do it.
He made you do it.
He laughed at me.
Yeah, you'd be a great husband or boyfriend.
2 men from security on the double.
Affirmative.
What are you going to do to me?
They'll take you to your quarters, Charlie. Go with them.
No!
Go to your quarters.
This could be a battle of wills. Like, Kirk has no power here. He could just make him disappear too.
He was going to hurt me.
Go to your quarters or I'll pick you up and carry you there.
Oh, staring a dragon down.
I won't let you.
That's your choice, Charlie.
But I think Charlie respects him. I think.
I won't let them hurt me.
They won't hurt you.
Why is he so worried about someone hurting him? What happened to him on that planet? He was alone, wasn't he? Raised by a ship? Or was he?
Captain Kirk,
Kirk here.
security reports that all phaser weapons have disappeared.
So this kid has, like, Scarlet Witch level powers. Like, he can just change reality? So he can probably change it back.
Phasians have been referred to in our records as having the power
Phasian.
to transmute objects.
What chance is there that Charlie isn't an Earth being, that he's a Phasian?
No, I don't think so. Not unless they're exactly like Earthlings.
I know what I saw him do in the gymnasium.
The probability is he's responsible for the destruction of the Antares, which would indicate a total disregard for human life.
Yes, I would say Charlie has an utter disregard of human life.
He's a boy in a man's body, trying to be an adult.
And with a weapon in him, which could destroy you or anyone, anywhere on this ship.
And the ship.
You're an authority he respects, Jim.
The struggle must remain between you and him.
Oh, God.
You responsible for what happened to the Antares?
Well, they weren't nice to me. They wanted to get rid of me.
Yeah, that kid is a ticking time bomb.
You're in the hands of an adolescent.
We're in the hands of an adolescent. That is very quotable. What is happening to her this episode? This poor thing. Losing her voice and she gets burned.
I think it's all right, sir.
So there's no reason for that panel to cross-circuit like that?
Mr. Spock, you getting any readings on your instruments?
Yes, sir. There's a tiger burning bright in the forest of the night.
You're trying to change course, Captain. You can't do that. I want to get to Colony 5 as soon as we can.
Leave my crew alone.
These, battles of will are kind of the theme.
Jim, he'll soon reach a point where he won't back down.
I know.
Oh no.
Charlie, what's wrong?
It's a horrible fate, turning her into a iguana. That sounds like a baby alligator. That's not what an iguana sounds like. Oh my goodness, what is she wearing?
I have something for you.
You don't walk into a room without knocking.
Don't ever lock your door on me again, Janice. I love you.
I'll lock it when I please.
And show me.
Charlie.
I broke the wall.
I loved her.
Did you though?
But she wasn't nice at all. What you did wasn't nice either. But I still need you, Captain. The Enterprise isn't quite like the Antares. Running the Antares was easy.
Oh no. They really are in the hands of an adolescent. Well, he's 17, my goodness.
My legs. They're broken.
Let him go too, Charlie.
Why?
Because you need me to run the ship, and I need him.
If you try to hurt me again, I'll make a lot of people go away.
So is it supposed to be allegorical to like raising or being a babysitter to like a really spoiled, overly wealthy child or something?
I like happy looks. Aren't you coming in?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You just took out that whole wall. Well, you tried. That was probably a really bad plan. Why'd you do that?
That wasn't nice. You wait, you'll see. You'll be sorry you did that.
Uh-oh.
You can have it now. I've locked on course for Colony 5 again.
Wow, he is just a tyrant.
I've waited long enough. I'm going to take him on.
You don't have any special immunity?
Could be he's overreached himself. It's a big ship. He's taken full control. If I could distract him, maybe you could tranquilize him. Keep him under. If we don't try,
Might be the best plan you have.
he'll get rid of us anyway.
I can make you walk away anytime I want to.
Get out of my chair, Charlie, and get out of it now.
I've got your ship, Captain.
But I don't think you can handle anymore.
They just turn everything on from the ship, from that control panel.
I think you've reached your limit and can't take on one more thing.
He'll look back at him.
I could have sent you away before, but I didn't.
You've got my ship and I want it back. I want my crew back.
Don't mess with Kirk's ship. I feel like...
I can break your neck to do it.
Fight through it! You got this, Kirk!
I'm sorry.
What?
How can you be sorry?
Captain!
That's a clock, that kid.
Sir, something off our starboard bow. The message says they're from Faces.
No solid substance.
Thesis.
Captain, how did
It's all right, Jim.
No, please. Don't let them take me.
So he was raised by... Oh, he was raised by, incorporeal people.
My friends. You said you were my friends, remember?
We did not realize until too late that the boy had gone. But we have returned your people and your ship to you.
Oh.
Please, I'll be good. I won't ever do it again.
Sorry, kid. You burned that bridge.
I want to go with you. Help me.
The boy belongs with his own kind.
That will be impossible. We gave him the power so he could live. And he would destroy you and your kind. Or you would be forced to destroy him to save yourselves.
Is there nothing you can do?
We offer him life. And we will take care of him. Come, Charles.
So they didn't realize he had gone, so he fled his way onto the Antares. Maybe they got close. It was a discovery ship, right? Or exploratory vessel?
Janice! I can't feel. I want to stay.
Oh. That's hard. Because now he knows what it's like to interact with people. He's gonna miss it even more.
They signal they're leaving.
It's all right, Yuma. It's all over now.
That's it's an interesting conundrum, because I guess he grew up on a ship on that planet. He survived. He was the only survivor, and so the Thasians kept him alive by giving him power, and then he didn't know any better, but he did abuse it. Ooh. Okay, wow. What an interesting episode. So it seemed kind of allegorical to either helicopter parents or total absentee parents, because the Thasians were not able to raise this kid at all. They kept him alive on this planet so that he didn't die, but he had this like completely undeveloped like understanding of humanity, and the kid obviously was a human to start, and the idea of just being raised by people who can't, like, that there's no tactile interaction with. I don't know what the discipline would have been like. I assume Thasian can probably discipline Charlie, but at the same time, like, do they even think about what raising a human is like? They seem so different from that. And so I guess it's a weird impression, right? Because Charlie was able to run around the ship just with impunity, right? He has never been told no, at least not by anyone that he would personally interact with. And I don't know what the planet was like, if he had animals or pets, like was he cruel to them? Because he's had a cruel streak in him. I mean, you could kind of chalk some of it up to misunderstanding, but he was very selfish and very, like, emotionally driven. And I mean, it got kind of taken out. I mean, so you could kind of see the spectrum between, like, Kirk on one end as the male influence, who he did respect, at least up to the end, and then the female interaction, which was Janice, and the way he wanted to possess both of them, you know, like they were just objects. He didn't really have any understanding of respecting the boundaries of another person. I mean, the actor did a really good job playing that up. I mean, he comes off very overbearing and, like, off-putting, and then you realize how dangerous he is, and then the idea that you're having to deal with this person who is super dangerous. I mean, kind of makes you think of, like, because I think Paris Hilton was raised by, like, I don't know, maids and babysitters or something like that. And it's like, just imagine, like, having to raise your boss or something. And except in this case, Charlie can just disappear you for and put you who knows wherever. And like the Thasians were able to bring them back, but not the crew of the Antares, and that's 20 people that died. And Charlie didn't seem to feel particularly badly about that. So I think the Thasians were right that he would not do well on the colony, probably would end up being a problem. And it was interesting the way that was brought up, because they say if you bring him there, you know, he'll destroy them or they'll have to destroy him. Like it would just come to a head as a very, very likely outcome. Now, that's also Charlie as a young man, like as a boy still. I wonder, I don't know, does Star Trek ever bring back old characters? Like, do we ever potentially see him 50 years later or something? Like as a aged, wizened man? Like, does he maybe grow up a little bit more chill? Because right now, he's going back to that planet with the Thasians to have no further human interaction. And he did enjoy it on the Enterprise. And I hope that wouldn't result in even more bitterness and anger at what he is now missing out on. Because now he knows what he's missing out on, whereas before he didn't. And so he could be like really, really villainous in the future unless he learned and maybe became really good. But whew, he could go either way. So I don't know, that's kind of my take on it. It was also kind of funny hearing Kirk not be able to articulate anything to Charlie about his interactions with Janice, especially after he slapped her on the back there. Which you see, like, he learns in the engine room when he's just like wandering around the ship and he sees like those two dudes be like, oh, I'll see you in the rec room, bye. And then he like slaps him. It's like, oh, okay. So he got that from there, but then didn't understand any context. And then continued not to understand any context. And so it's like it's a sad story for him, but I mean, at the same time, like just logically, you couldn't bring that kid with you. Like what do you even do to train him? I mean, it would take a lot of talking to him. And then I'm also still a little bit confused as to why in the chess match, when he was like, I didn't lose at Spock, I thought he was trying to use his power on Spock and it just didn't work because he seemed surprised. And then Spock got up and left and then he melted the chess pieces. But then later Spock is reciting poetry on the bridge because the kid is putting all his power into him. So I didn't know why that was a difference. But yeah, so that's my take. Let me know what I missed in the comments. Just no spoilers for any future stuff, but I definitely like learning about the show, how it was produced, and you know, what that was like, what the behind the scenes stuff was for the episode. But I hope you enjoyed watching this episode here with me. I am loving the series so far. Kirk is amazing, Spock is wonderful, Bones is kind, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you next time.